Warm welcome, everyone, to our Me Vision Academy Successful Leadership Award presentation today to two special people, Janine Hills and Professor Mias de Klerk, both experts and leaders, thought leaders in the leadership space and other areas, but they have a strong connection there, and so do I, of course. So this is a special day. Welcome, both of you. It's nice to have you with us.
Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. I can just echo what Janine said earlier. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. It's our honor. I'm going to share the awards as best I can on electronic media. So let me share here. We'll start with Janine. This is the actual award. Janine, special recognition for successful leadership to yourself for at least these things, consistently leading yourself and others successfully over many years. And I have been tracking you in that sense. Successfully leading within the reputation advisory, crisis management, and leadership space for over 38 years. And then positively and passionately impacting society and influences on various fronts. I won't even mention those, the impact that you've got in various places, not just in your leadership practice, for example. And your commitment to mentoring, inspiring future successful leaders, which you have a passion for. I know I repeat myself, but it's an honor to sign this on behalf of Me Vision Academy for every single leader. And then I'm going to stop sharing here. And then I'm going to do the profs quickly. Prof Mias. That one. I'll do that. There we go. Exclusive recognition of successful leadership awarded to Professor Mias de Klerk, at least again for the following, also leading self and others successfully. It's a standard that we look at. If you can't lead yourself you and others, then you can't be a successful leader. But in addition to that, successfully leading as a thought leader in leadership, human capital, business ethics, life and work meaning, and much more. But also positively impacting society through broader initiatives that improve leadership standards in our world. And one of your latest projects came to my attention this very week through Professor Veldsman, which I think is absolutely incredible. And your commitment to mentoring and inspiring future successful leaders, which is your job, happens to be kind of your job like Janine's to a large degree. And again, my privilege to sign on behalf of Me Vision Academy as one of the co-founders. So if I stop sharing here and just say to both of you, absolutely congratulations. All right, my question. It's a pleasure. So I'm going to unmute. Whose award did we do first, Janine? So I'm going to ask the prof to answer first our standard question, and then I'll ask Janine after that. In absolute essence, what have you learned about how to be a successful leader? And through your own experience, but also watching other successful leaders. It could be an integration of those two. And you kind of wish you knew early on in your life. I like to throw that in because it just changes the perspective a little bit. But basically, give us your best tips for successful leadership. Professor de Klerk, start with you.
Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I thought long and hard about what you asked me when you sent the message last night. But there's something that immediately came to mind, and that was what's also the first point on the manifesto, the leadership manifesto for leadership for a better world that we've just published. And that is that to lead is to serve. When I was young, leadership was all about me and my power and what I could get and how I could climb through the ranks. And I still see that in many leaders. I see it especially in our political leaders, but many business leaders as well. I was very young, very successful. I was in the exco of a large organization at 35. My team was not performing, and I asked a colleague, why, what's happening? And they just asked me the question, how would it feel to report to yourself? And that changed my life. So to me, leadership is all about serving. This organograms that we draw with the leader on top is all wrong. The leader should be at the bottom. And I go back to some of the principles of servant leadership, but I also want to go beyond that. It's really just an understanding that it's not about me. I must enable others through what I do.
Prof, thank you so much. And your manifesto, I mean, in my simple, ignorant words for everyone out there, is simply to have people look at a standard of leadership for themselves and then hold leaders accountable. And part of the motivation for that is realizing that 49% of our global population will be going to the polls this year. And the impact that can have on the globe, we keep choosing the wrong leaders. So let's look at this manifesto with 10 standards, leadership standards on it. And we certainly want people to look at that and evaluate their leaders before they vote for them. Janine Hills, your success leadership principles and tips.
First of all, I absolutely second what the professor said, and thank you for saying that, because it's a time now. I think COVID has shifted a lot from a leadership perspective. If we look at what is going right in the world and what's going wrong, it's kind of the life journey that I've gone through and continue to go through and learn from. And that is, you can learn about leadership in books, we can read books, we can, do what we can do when we go to workshops. But at the end of the day, it is about us. It starts with me. It starts with the learnings and the journey that I go through in life to become a better person. And yes, servant leadership is undoubtedly the way we need to work with, but there's a balance. So I take what the professor's saying and I balance it just a little bit in another way and say, I need to be a leader, and I am working towards being a leader of compassion, patience, understanding. But at the same time, one has to have that ability to inspire and to be firm, of honest integrity and ethics. So it's about having that firm hand, but yet with love. And that's very important. So for our leaders that are leading our countries, our leaders that are leading businesses and huge conglomerates, and whether it's SMMEs or even a spaza shop, at the end of the day, what you do, you inspire another human being. I do that through my mentees. They've done it to me. You've done it to me, Adrian, and many other leaders have done it to me. And so we do need to be firm. There has to be honesty and integrity. We have to draw the line. But at the same time, it's how we do it. So lead by example, less on the opinionated side of things, but more on the doing.
Well, thank you so much. What a wonderful combination. I feel so honored that you're part of our 30,000 successful leaders, both of you. And of course, I think we'll all agree, there's no doubt that a servant leader can also be firm and must be firm and do the tough thing. Do the tough things, make the tough decisions, the unpopular decisions, but with the right motives and intentions. Exactly that was said earlier. Fantastic advice, wonderful insight, and I cannot wait to share it with leaders out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Professor. Wonderful to meet you, sir.